Good morning everybody. Today's our topic is control and coordination. If you talk about any living being, in that case, control and coordination is must, because by the coordination or by the control of our systems and coordination, we moves or we perform our all activities in a proper way. If we talk about in plants, then in plants only a particular system is present for control and coordination, which is hormonal system. But if we talk about in animals, in that case two systems are found. First one is nervous system and another one is hormonal system. In animals, both systems are responsible for the control and coordination. They both perform coordinate manner, and they both perform coordinate manner. Before uh, before start control and coordination, first we have to learn about some terminologies. Here the first one is stimuli. The first term is stimuli. What is stimuli now? Stimuli is an action, or we can say it is a change in the environment to which an organism responds. This is the change in environment to which an organism responds. The organism shows their response against any stimuli in the form of any movement of their body part. Okay. Now the stimuli is of two types. The first one is types of stimuli. The first one is external stimuli. External stimuli means those stimuli which occurs due to environmental factors. These occurs due to environmental factors. The second one is, or the example, some examples of external stimuli are, examples are heat, temperature. The second one is internal stimuli. Internal stimuli are those internal stimuli is those stimuli which occurs within the organism. Occurs within the organism. These stimuli may be of hormones or acids or enzymes. It may be of hormones, enzymes. By the control and coordination, an organism maintain internal steady state, and this mechanism is known as homeostasis. So the next one is homeostasis. Homeostasis means maintain internal steady state of an organism, and this homeostasis is done by control and coordination. This is done by control and coordination. Plants do not have any specific or spatial structures, to respond against any stimulus, while in case of animals, in plants, only hormonal system is responsible for is responsible for control and coordination, but in animals both nervous system and hormonal system are responsible for control and coordination. Now the first we discuss about the control coordination in plants. Control and coordination in plants. As we know, plants have a single control coordination system, which is hormonal system. Movement in response to the external stimuli fall into two categories in plants: responses of plants against any stimuli are categorized into two categories. First one is tropism or tropic movement, or we can say tropic movement, and the second one is nestism or nestic movement, or we can say nestic movement. First we will discuss about the tropism. Now the first one is nestic movement, tropism, tropic movement. If a growth movement of a plant part in response to an external stimuli towards the direction of that stimuli is known as tropism. It means when any plant part shows its growth towards that particular stimuli is known as tropism. A growth movement of a plant part in response to an external stimuli towards the direction of that stimuli is known as tropic movement. If the growth of a plant is towards the stimuli if growth of a plant part towards the stimuli it is called, or it is known as positive tropism. While in case of opposite, or we can say if plant is away from stimulus, then it is called as negative tropism. If the growth or movement of a plant is away from the stimulus, it is known as negative tropism. Tropism is categorized in various categories according to stimulus. Now the types of tropism. According to stimulus, the tropism is categorized into various categories. The first one is phototropism. Photo means light and tropism means the movement, or the we can say response. When a plant responds to the light, it is known as phototropism. When a plant responds to the light, it is known as phototropism. In plant, stem shows positive phototropism and root shows negative phototropism. Now the second one is geotropism. Geotropism means response of a plant to the gravity. Geotropism means response of a plant to the gravity. Now the root shows positive geotropism and shoot shows negative geotropism. The third one is hydrotropism. Hydrotropism means response of a plant part to the water. In hydrotropism, root shows positive hydrotropism and shoot shows negative hydrotropism. Now the fourth one is chemotropism. Chemotropism means response of a plant part due to any chemical stimuli. It occurs in pollen tube formation. Response of a plant part due to any chemical stimuli. The best example is formation of pollen tube. Thigmotropism. Thigmotropism means when a plant part shows a response towards any support or any solid thing is known as thigmotropism. When a plant part shows response, we can say response of a plant part towards any support is known as thigmotropism. This is all about the tropism. Now the second one is, or second movement is nestism. Nestic movement or nestism. In nestism, the movement in which direction of response is not determined by external stimuli. In nestic movement, the first one is thigmonesty. The non-directional movement of a plant part in response to the touch. Thigmonesty means non-directional movement of a plant part in response to the touch. Here the best example is Mimosa pudica, or touch me not plant. The second one is photonesty. The nestic movement because of light. The non-directional movement of a plant part in response to the light. This is all about the nestic movement. After that, we'll discuss about the plant growth regulators.